Well, Jermaine Robinson, CEO of Whole Fit, is on the line here. Good afternoon or good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing smashing. And we should just say that you were in the car at the moment, but before all the busybodies complain to the police, you are parked up and in a safe place.
Yes, I am parked and I am in a driveway and I'm all golden.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fun. So, Whole Fit, what is Whole Fit?
Yeah, if I had to sum up Whole Fit, I would say it is a personal training service that I do offer,
Yeah.
but I really pride myself on being affordable and just being just being everything. So from whether it's personal training, whether it's training outside, whether it's getting you on a meal plan, just a little bit of everything and at an affordable price. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say it's affordable because you actually offer a free consultation, don't you, with no pressure to sign up. And the $50 option has a 3-day free trial, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yes,
you're
sir.
obviously not doing it for the money.
Oh no, I'm doing it because I love just helping others and especially growing. I don't want to do it for the money, and I know especially starting off, as a person trying to get into training, it can be crazy expensive, and I don't want to be that company that overly charges someone. So
Yeah, and I suppose it's quite good to have someone that's not doing it just for the money because I guess they're more likely to actually care about the results.
exactly.
Yeah. And of course, you're not just some guy that's made up some fake way to lose weight and be healthy. You actually have your own story, don't you? You, after graduating, put on an extra 40 plus pounds, and you yourself tried lots of methods, but none of them really worked, did they?
Exactly. Yeah, I tried every thing in that imaginable, whether it's getting on, Weight Watchers or starving myself, keto, trying my, just so many different options I've tried the fast way, and none of them really worked. None of them really worked until I really found what worked for me.
Yeah. And what did work for you?
Oh man, what worked for me? Insane to say during COVID. That's the shutdown here. Made me think. It was about an hour. Sorry, it was about a year of just nothing. Everything's closed down. I decided to go on a hike, and then sounds crazy enough, but by just hiking and creating a balance between eating healthy and making smart choices, I was able to lose all that weight and keep it down. So having fun while doing it.
Yeah, that's quite good news, actually, because hiking is relatively easy compared to a lot of exercises that people might try, isn't it? When people think of exercising, they probably think of weightlifting,
Exactly.
and working out, and stuff that you don't really want to do, don't you?
Yeah, and if you can make it fun, that's the biggest thing. If you make it fun, then the rest will follow. And that is, I had moved to Colorado. I lived in Tennessee. The sole reason why I moved to Colorado was I actually did the hike more. So I was able to, I don't know if you've ever been to Colorado, but it's hiking places every 10 minutes you turn. So,
Wow.
and it's so fun, you get to go outside in nature and see things. And at the same time, you're working out, you don't really realize it. So,
Yeah. Would you say that hiking is the best way to lose weight, or does it depend on each and every person, really?
I would say it's the best start. I would say overall, if you're like I was, or like many others where you're not active, it's definitely an amazing start where you will still see results. Eventually, the plateau will hit on, that's how our bodies work.
Yeah.
Where you may have to amp it up a bit. So maybe it's, doing a little extra cardio, but hiking is a definite start, I think, for anyone that's wanting to get in shape or just live healthy for sure.
Yeah, and I suppose if it doesn't work for some people, these free one-to-one consultations that you're doing will help. And how long are those consultations? Do you have enough time to figure out that solution?
Yeah, so I do schedule a consultation. They're an hour long. And what we do, I explain, who I am, what I'm about. And then for the next 50 minutes, we're talking about you, about your goals you set up for yourself. So usually with my clients, definitely enough time to really dig into your why. My biggest thing when it comes to my consultations is the why. what made you sign up? What made you get into it? Because that why, it's going to take you far. So we focus on that. We focus on what you have. Maybe you live in a place where there's not much hiking or it's too hot to do it. What can we do to get you to that level? Do you have certain weights? Maybe you don't have gyms in your area. So we got to figure out what the abilities you have and the things that you have around you that can help you out. So yeah.
What would you say is the most common why for people to have?
Oh, wow. The biggest why I've gotten so far is because I want to be there for my kids and play with them and be active. I do work with a lot of older clients as well. And a lot of them say, back in my younger days, I was fit. I was able to run around. Now that I have kids and grandkids, I want to be able to run around and play with them and create memories. That is the biggest whys I've gotten so far. Yeah.
And sometimes it can be hard to tell, though, because when you get older, it is harder to run around. That's just not because of bad health. It's just because you're getting old. So how do you tell if it's to do with health or age?
Well, I always say, obviously as you get older, your ability to do things that you did younger is not going to be at high intensity, but you can. I mean, I worked with clients where they're 70s and their 80s and they're still able to be mobile. I think by just being mobile and by just pushing yourself. So whether it's taking a walk around the neighborhood, maybe that's all you can do. That's still, that's healthy. Maybe it's not running anymore. Maybe you reach that point where you can't run because certain reasons. So just being there, being healthy and just trying, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, you've got paid options as well. What do you offer in these packages?
Yeah. So in these packages, I do offer a consultation for any packages you choose. I have basically 3 different types. So one is in person within the Denver area, Denver, Colorado. We are trying to expand, obviously, in different markets. The best ones, I would say, definitely virtual training. So you can either get, it's perfect for timing. So maybe you only have 30 minutes a day to spare. Maybe you have an hour. So with those, you get one-on-one with the coach, live coaching. We also get nutritional advice. And then we also have remote training, which is amazing. That's something we just released. So basically you get partnered with the coach, $50 a month. And this coach is sending you workouts over text messages, checking up on you, seeing how you're doing. So those are the good packages. We also are rolling out group fitness as well. So a lot of great things going on with COVID and everyone being locked in. And some people aren't able to still get out. Even being around virtually, seeing other people interact with others can make a difference. You're not quite there, but it's a step forward, in the right place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And before COVID, would you have done virtual sessions or only in-person ones? Because maybe this has opened the world up to more people.
That's actually a really good question. No. For COVID, it was more in person. I did a lot of, I coach at a studio as well, an Orange Theory studio where there's like 20 or 30. The best training was in person, but I realized I do it was maybe the lack of transportation, the ones who are sick, maybe the ones who don't want to be around, maybe not to that level. But, I was a little, weary about doing the virtual, but seeing that, man, there's this whole community of people who just comfortable in other countries as well. So yeah.
I think we got a dodgy line there.
For sure.
But there have been loads of people doing live streams and things telling you how to get fit, but I don't know if I've heard of it in this way where you're able to have some communication with the coach.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Because before, you can sign up for these apps and you can go on YouTube and you can have a coach, but it's not really done as much. And most of it is because from my personal experience, because it's businesses see it as, if I can put a video out, I can make more money in less time versus having that personal interaction. Like, once again, it goes back to, I'm not doing it for the actual money. I'm willing to, and I'm wanting to actually give you that one-on-one. I'm not looking to be a millionaire or anything like that. I'm looking to actually help you. So a lot of companies opt out of that, believe it or not. And, and I wanted to be the difference in that change,
Yeah. And another thing as well, of course, is that physical health is linked to mental health, isn't it? it's
Oh
actually
yeah.
helped you be a lot happier since you've lost all that weight.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, 100%. When I, through high school, I suffered through I would say depression even,
Mm.
and even to after graduating, it got worse to the point where I was picking up different habits that were not healthy, and I knew that if I continued this habit down the road, it would ruin my life. So, I was dealing a lot with anxiety and stress. It was so bad even where I wouldn't even go to the gym because I was so stressful. And I'm like, how is this? How can exercise be linked to relieving stress when I stress about going to the gym?
Mm.
So, I started off going at, we have 24-hour fitnesses here. So I used to go 2 o'clock in the morning when no one's there, started working out. And then after a while, I've noticed that my mental state of mind has changed. So like, if I have anxiety, I go to the gym now. If I'm stressed out, I go to the gym. And there's even a lot of science behind, your endorphins and working out.
Yeah.
And, it was, like I said, my life wasn't, I look at now and I look into the past and I'm like, wow, I came a long way mentally. And by just sticking with the workout routine and then even seeing my body change, after losing those 40 pounds, that does a lot to you, even confident wise, I'm able to, there was times when I was afraid to even walk or be around people. And now I'm like, really, I love myself. It's really, that's what it's about. It's self-love.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, definitely the correlation for sure.
And how did you manage to get out of that habit of doing things that are unhealthy?
It wasn't an easy process. It took me realizing that I was having unhealthy habits. That was the first step.
Yeah.
And then it took me researching how to break certain habits. And then, there's so many alternatives, right? There's exercise is one, there's medicinal ways. There's so many other ways that you can get out that habit. And I found fitness, and I found that I can do this thing every day, whether it's running, whether it's lifting weights, whatever it is. And I'm able to physically see the change. Yeah. And by that, instead of me going out and eating unhealthy or drinking, I'm more in control of my body, and I'm more happy. And then also, like I said, just emotionally what it does to you. So it took a lot of breaking the habits, but anytime I feel stress, anytime I feel anxiety, I'm like, let's go to the gym, let's go for a run, let's go for a hike. And it's best. It's the best. It's free too, especially going for a hike. So you can't really complain with that.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe if somebody doesn't want to do a hike, because maybe even that's a bit too much effort, is simply going for a walk good enough?
Yeah, that it's like I said, yeah, for sure. Going for a walk and just getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah. I would say. So maybe you're not used to walking. Maybe you're just sitting in the house all day. Yeah. Taking a nice walk is a great first step to getting started. 100%. And maybe even there's this Oculus that just came out that when I first got started, I started working with it. Maybe putting on this Oculus and working out, or getting a DVD and just doing it. Taking those small steps definitely can make a change. Like I said, eventually there will be a point where you want to push yourself even further. And that's kind of where I come in and help you, create a more challenging workouts, challenging yourself to your best abilities, because that's how you change, is you get out of your comfort zone, you challenge yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, it's not just exercise that's the key to all this. There's food as well that has to be taken into account. And Whole Fit actually helps you with that, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. So we have, we believe in the whole brand. So we call it what's called Whole Eats. Ah. So what we do, so most places, there's a lot of companies, huge companies, Home Chef, Blue Apron, they send you food based off of, whatever. We actually talk to you after that consultation. We work with you. We work with what your goals are. So say maybe you want to gain muscle. So we'll send you food that is high in protein, that is catered to your liking, catered to your spices, caters to your tastes. And it's cheap. We do offer meals as low as $5 a meal, which is really great. So, you're right. It's more than just exercising. There's studies that have shown that, 70% of changing your body is actually eating habits. You cannot work a bad diet. And that has become so true. So it's really a twofold thing. It's 50-50. You got to have a great diet and you got to have great fitness, workouts. And that's kind of where we come in. There's a lot of gyms that offer fitness and there's a lot of companies that offer foods, but how many companies offer both, and that's kind of, I want to be your one source for changing your life. So that's what I pride myself on, for sure.
That's a good point. Now, here comes the big announcement, and this is my drum roll here. You are going to be offering our listeners a free week of personal training for absolutely no cost. So how do we actually sign up for that?
Amazing. Yeah. So 1 week free for you guys, no credit card, nothing like that. So all you have to do to claim that is to go to wholefit.info. Once you go there, just sign up. There's actually a link I put up there for you guys to sign up for your free consultation. In the comments area or at any point in the email, just say that you are a listener of this show, and I will send you the link to get started for a week straight. And like I said, that's a week of free training, a week of whether it's working out virtually, remote training, and groups. So really a great opportunity that I'm excited to bring out to you guys. So definitely take advantage of it.
That's incredible. And where can we find the Whole Fit brand in general if we want to go even further than that?
The Whole Fit brand itself. So I'm located in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
And of course, I do have my own line at wholefit.info. I do have social media. So facebook.com/wholefittrainer is where you can find me as well. So I'm all over the web, and you'll see me on YouTube as well. So yeah, for sure.
Great. Well, many thanks for joining us here. It's been great having you on.
Thank you so much for having me on as well.